For tonight's lesson, we're going to introduce the twos. This sheet stays home. It's the same as what we've been doing with the fives, putting a slip on here, having them say 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, going all the way down through those, then coming over here where they have them mixed up and see if they can still do them. A strategy for twos is to double the number that's not a 2. The other strategy is to count by twos the number of groups that you have. This is dividing. Again, you put the how many twos does it take to get to 18? How many twos does it need to get to 6? How many twos does it need to get to 2? And start out like that. This paper does not have to come back to school. This stays home for you to practice with your child. The other homework that we have for tonight, and I'm going to fold this here because I can tell last time that you couldn't see at the bottom of the paper, so I'm going to make an effort tonight to remember that. Okay, it says, write an equation. So we have to write an equation and solve the problem. So let's look what we have. Tanya had 14 cups to fill with juice. She put them in 2 equal rows. How many cups were in each row? I'm going to go right back to my equation where my groups times my each equals my total. I'm going to go back and look and see what they need for me to be my unknown. How many cups were in each? When I see each, I associate it with the circle. So now I can fill in my information. I know that she had 2 equal rows, so 2 times, I do not know my each, so that's where I put my n, but I do know the total cups I have is 14. Because I have a missing addend, I do the opposite operation. The larger number in division always comes first in my equation, so 14 divided by 2 equals n. Now I'm actually going to solve the equation because that's what it asks me to do. So I have 14 divided by 2 equals 7. And then I label my answer. So n equals 7. How many cups? I want to do cups. And I box my answer. So again, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 steps when I have to have a missing factor. Let's look at the next one. Rebecca has 3 pairs of running shoes. She bought new shoelaces for each pair. How many shoelaces did she buy? This one we have to have some hidden information. When I say pair, I have 2. So Rebecca has 3 pairs of running shoes. She bought new shoelaces for each pair. How many shoelaces did she buy? Well, how are we going to do this one? If she has 3 pairs, now I know that there's 2 in a pair, then she has 6 shoes altogether. That's my groups. And she's going to buy some shoelaces for each one. So each shoe gets 1 shoelace. And how many shoelaces did she buy? This one I do not have to do the opposite operation, so I just solve it. 6 times 1 equals 6. And then I would label my answer. N equals 6. How many shoelaces? Shoelaces. And I'm not going to fit it all on. You probably can. and then I box my answer. This was a tough one. This one here made you think because you have to think about pairs. Let's go on to number 3. Jason served his family dinner. He put 5 carrots on each of the 4 plates. How many carrots did Jason serve in all? So here's my in all. That's what I need to find out. Again, I refer back to this equation. How many groups do I have? Well, he has 4 plates. He put 5 carrots on each plate. So when I have each, that tells me I need to put my each in my circle. And in all, that's what I want to find out. Now all I need to do for this one, because it's not a missing addend, is solve it. So 4 times 5 equals 20. I count by 5 4 times. Then I label my answer. N equals 20. And it says how many carrots? Here's my carrots. C-A-R-R-O-T-S. And I box my answer. Let's go on to the next one. Olivia filled 8 vases with flowers. She put 5 flowers in each vase. How many flowers did she put in the vases? Okay, so how many flowers should she put in the vases? That would be my N. That's what I have to find out. So she has 8 vases. That's my groups. She put 5 flowers in each one. When I see the word each, it tells me to multiply. I put my circle, 5. And then I want to find out how many she used in all. So that's my N. Again, because I have no missing factors, I can just solve it by multiplying. 8 times 5 equals, I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's not forget the strategy when we get to the high factors here. I know this is 25, 30, 35, 40. So N equals 40 flowers. And here's how I spell flowers, right there. Okay, let's look at number 5. Devin has 30 model airplanes. He put the same number on each of the 5 shelves of his bookcase. How many models airplanes did Devin put on each shelf? When I look in my answer, or I look in my question here, there's that each. That's what I need to find out. So I know he has 5 shelves. I don't know how many he's going to put on each shelf. That would be my N. But I do know that he has 30 airplanes in all. Because I have a missing factor, I do the opposite operation. So I divide. My large number is going to be first. So 30 divided by 5 equals N. There's my division. Now I'm going to solve it. I'm going to count by 5 till I get to 30. So 30 divided by 5 equals, so I do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I know that already. And I do one more. So 25, 30. That would be 5, 6. So N equals 6 models. There are 12 eggs in a carton. they are arranged in 2 rows with the same number of eggs in each row. There's my each. How many eggs are in each row? Well, I don't know the sign my each. Remember, it's rows times number in a row. So I have 2 rows. I do not know how many are in each row, but I do know that there are 12 of them in the egg carton. Because I have a missing factor, I do the opposite operation. So 12 divided by 2 equals n. Now I solve it. So 12 divided by 2 equals, well, I count by 2s till I get to 12. So let me see, I do it right here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I have 5, 6. N equals 6. How many eggs? 6 eggs. And then I box my answer. So you'll notice that every equation that I did tonight is the same old equation that we started out the year with. Groups times number in a group equals my total, or rows times number in a row equals my total. And that is the end of tonight's lesson.